in trouble. Oh, we're there.
We're live.
Been caught short.
This is how we do it over here.
Lucky I wasn't picking my nose.
This is how we do it over here, mate. No intros, straight in.
Oh, I can't believe I was pressing the wrong button. It's a combined 11 times. All this time, and you would have thought I got used to it, and I haven't yet. Oh, my God. But listen, it is D-Day. It is D-Day coming up. It is the big one. Finally, it's a proper rivalry. Manchester United and Arsenal have another rivalry where we're at the top. And Arsenal are the ones at the top again. And look, it's nice to see that Arsenal are back to winning ways, and it's going to be a tough game.
You're such a liar. You're such a liar. You're such a liar.
Team, Kiers, Arsenal are my second team. I used to love watching when Van Persie was there and Henry was there. So to see you guys playing similar kind of football and being back to them levels, it's nice because I loved watching Man United versus Arsenal. Who didn't? Garth, how did you feel when you was watching them games back in the day? There were 10.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, loved it, mate. Yeah, best, yeah. But
I'm
still not happy. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I'm not happy that they're playing well. I can't agree with you on that one, Nathan. Listen, I've got respect for Arsenal. Always have done. I always have done. I preferred it when they're bottom of the league after 3 games. Just put it that way. Than top of the table after 19. Let's just
being humble as well. Being humble, the worst kind. Just sitting there waiting.
You two today are gonna not be humble at all. I can feel it already in my bones.
They're Arsenal fans, mate. Of course they ain't.
Oh my gosh, they're going to use being top of the league to put every single player in this team. So we've got to work. We've got to really make a case for
work.
Yeah. You have to work. You have to work.
Ain't got to work for nothing.
You have to prove why they should be in our team. Why they should be in our team. I noticed you said we. I noticed earlier you said we, yeah? I didn't want to correct you because I'm not like that. But now that it's my turn to talk, it's us. Arsenal. Arsenal are top of the league. You're in and about it. You're hovering around it. That's what you're doing.
We ain't in nothing no more, mate. We ain't in nothing no more after that Palace debacle yesterday. So, yeah.
You know, you've
been beating you just for spite now, kids. Just for spite, just to beat you. There's nothing else on the line, mate. You know.
Steve, tell me, how are you feeling? Any opening comments for the beginning of the show before it gets heated? Any opening comments?
Sitting here quietly, listening and warming up. You know, for what's to come. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm the same. I think you've got to work really hard. Kieran to let one of your players in our team because it's right. We're sitting top of the league. I know there's a few players there, I think you just don't. I mean you got some really good players, but you got this habit of overhyping a little bit. I think getting a little bit too excited at the top. Getting. But look, Man United are doing brilliantly this season. There's no doubt about that, and they're on this process, and they're like a similar process to Arsenal. But look, one day you'll be where we are, so just keep going.
Absolute joker, Steve. We couldn't hear you anyway. It's fine, but yeah, your headset. Come on, Steve, keep them on. We don't need you to take them off. But look, what I'm going to do now, obviously, what the main thing is I'm going to talk about our recent form for both teams. And then what we'll do is we'll talk about some rules so that we can keep to them. Because we need to keep to some kind of rules here. Otherwise, we're going to have some problems, like shoehorning positions and stuff like that. People who are not available, are they involved or are they not? We got to think about that. So, first of all, I'm going to talk you guys through Arsenal's recent results and Arsenal's recent stuff. So, first and foremost, the league table reads like this. And Arsenal are sitting top of the table with 15 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss, 42 goals scored and only 14 against. 28 goal difference plus, and they've got 47 points. Absolutely on fire. 1 draw, 4 wins in their last 5. That's unbelievable. That's actually higher than what City did last year at this time with 18 games. So even if they were playing last season City, they would be top of the league. So hats off to them. They're doing absolutely amazing. Looking at their last result, they beat Spurs at White Hart Lane, destroyed them. And
they ain't no mean feat anymore.
Whoa. This is
don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We get to kill it in a minute. But look, we've got here last result. They played the exact same team as they've always done all season, pretty much. And they're a well-oiled machine, as we saw, and as we've been seeing every single week. So even Nketiah coming in for Jesus, looking very, very good. Last 5 results, take a look. Just before the World Cup break, they beat Wolves away 2-0. Then they beat West Ham 3-1. Then they had a 4-2 away victory at Brighton. That is no easy feat. They drew 0-0 with Newcastle. So it shows, obviously, again, they are not invincible. We have beaten them.
Faltering.
And the top scorers are Odegaard with 8, Saka with 7, and Martinelli also with 7. So before I think my ticker's in the way. So as you can see, they've got 28% goal conversion, 23% goal conversion from Saka, and 19% conversion from Martinelli. So to be honest, they're doing quite well. That is the background on Arsenal and a quick background on United, and then we'll get ticking. Man United sitting third, 12 wins from 19 games. We pulled it back after a disastrous start to the season. We've now scored 30 goals, starting to get the goals running. We've obviously shut the back door as well, had clean sheet after such a bad start with the 6 against City and the 4 against Brentford. Take them out and we've been really doing well. Again, we're on the exact same form now as Arsenal with 4 wins from 5. And our last game, we played Crystal Palace and we had Weghorst getting his debut, Rashford, but Bruno, Anthony, the usual suspects playing. And our top scorers are currently Rashford with 16, with a 29% goal conversion. And Bruno and Anthony are both sitting on 5. And also Anthony Martial is sitting on 5. So there's 3 on 5. I know they're doing pretty well. So that is currently how it stands, guys. So some rules. Anybody got any problem with a rule of everybody must... So imagine... the available players right now.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah, you're the manager. You're in a changing room, and every available player from Man United squad and your squad walks in the room and sits down. You've got to now pick the starting 11 to play tomorrow with whoever's bang on form. Not who's the better player, whoever's most on form.
Trying to shoehorn some people in, aren't you, Nathan?
And you can't shoehorse, as Stephen has just said. Steve, you've said you can't shoehorse anybody into a different position. So if you're playing left back, you're left back. If you're left centre back, you're versus the left centre back. Central midfield, defensive midfield versus the defensive. Left side versus left. So everybody has to have their position right now. No moving anyone anywhere. Do we agree on that? Or do you want to be able to move a player where they have played this season, kids?
No, I think you stick to your positions and whoever's available now.
All right, so now you feel like you're going to get more players in from that, don't you? That's why.
We're getting 11 players in anyway, so you can put your whole squad in if you like.
It didn't make any difference.
Right. So we're going to start with goalkeepers, okay? So I'm going to mention the 2 goalkeepers. Garth, you have your say. Kears, you have yours. Steve, then me, and then we'll see if it's an even, and we'll see what we have to do from there. Because it is a United show at the end of the day, so if there's a draw, there's a draw. And we win, and we take it.
Go on, you can have the final say if you want.
All right, De Gea or Ramsdale, who are you picking in the changing room, Garth?
I'm looking you in the eye as you say this.
Listen. David De Gea for me has improved tenfold this season. He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the league. On current form, though, I suppose you've got to give it to Ramsdale. I do think De Gea's a better goalkeeper, but going on current form, then it has to be Ramsdale. I think Ramsdale's proven to be one of the most astute signings of Arteta's transfer dealings. I thought he was a load of rubbish, to be quite honest with you. Spend that sort of money on him, but was it 35 mil for him? Was it in the end? Solid bit of business in today's market. Quality goalkeeper, like a lot of modern goalkeepers, even the Edisons and Allisons of this world, prone to a dodgy error that back in the day you would have got like absolutely slammed for. But yeah, no, it's Ramsdale for me. Ramsdale over De Gea.
Okay, Garth. Steve.
Yeah.
Kears, Steve, who you going first?
Yeah, I mean it's very close. I mean, obviously, De Gea and more experienced. You know, you can't knock what he's done for Manchester United since. I think when you're comparing them now, I think as far as shot stopping goes, I think they're very similar. I don't think you could really choose between them who's the best at shot stopping. But I think Ramsdale edges it because of just like what, you know, I just feel he's better. You know when he's marshalling his box, I think he's better with his distribution, with his kicking. So yeah, look, very close. Both excellent. I wouldn't choose between them as far as shot stopping goes. I mean, they've made some fantastic. Ramsdale also against Tottenham in the North London derby, some excellent important saves. But no, I think because of the distribution, the kicking, mastery of the box, it has to be Ramsdale.
Kears, what are you telling me?
I'll pick who your manager would pick. He'd pick the same as my manager, and that's Aaron Ramsdale, without a doubt.
God.
Without a doubt.
The smugness.
You know full well that your manager would pick that goalkeeper.
Can I change my answer?
His footwork is far superior. No, I'm talking. His footwork is far superior. It's an excellent shot stopper. Look, David De Gea, look, we saw against Crystal Palace 2 absolute weldy saves. That cannot be denied. That one that he tipped onto the bar and the one from the header, absolutely outstanding, outrageous. But Ramsdale's got that in his locker as well. He's got that in his locker. And his footwork, although dodgy at the start of the season, it was excellent last season. Dodgy at the start of this season, he fixed up very quickly. And now his footwork is outstanding again, which is what we brought him in for. So, yeah, Aaron Ramsdale.
Alex, where are you, mate?
Oh, my God.
Alex, what's going on?
I mean, I try and be nice, Nathan. I'm hearing that Ramsdale's as good a shot stopper as David De Gea, the best shot stopper in the league for the last 12 years. Nonsense talk, Les.
For 12 years. You can't maintain that. You're maintaining that for 12 years.
At this moment in time, I thought, okay, I'll go with it. De Gea, in terms
well, you've got to rate that. If you're going to throw in who makes the most mistakes over the last 2-3 seasons, it's the game, isn't it?
Listen. All I'm going to do is say what I think now, and let's see if you agree or disagree. Let's see. I'm saying De Gea this season has come on a lot. Everybody was saying we want to get rid of De Gea because of this footwork, blah, blah, blah. But all them people have now kind of gone, you know what? We don't need to sell. We don't need to go get another keeper in right now. His footwork has improved, although he's made some mistakes. This season, so has Ramsdale. When I've watched him, he has made quite a few mistakes, but they've not all led to goals. Decision making at times have been a bit iffy, but in terms of what he does, he's a very confident keeper. His shot stopping is very, very good. What I've seen, positioning is very good. I like what I see with him, and that's why I would rather him in the England squad than any of the other keepers. I think he's superior to any of the keepers in England. In terms of De Gea, though, his passing has got a lot better, although he obviously is not as great as it could be. But in terms of his shot stopping, man, his shot stopping was ridiculous yesterday. And not only yesterday, he's saved us so many times already this season from losing and letting in many more goals. I think that he's done, in terms of form, he's been on fire this year. I think he has. I don't think there's much difference between those two. So if I'm walking in the changing room today, they're both on form. And who's the better keeper overall? De Gea. So for me, I'm going with De Gea. But anyway,
someone needs to, because I mean, you done well to lie to yourself. You done well to lie to everyone watching. He done well to look me in the eye and lie to me.
No, yeah, Ramsdale's definitely been the better goalkeeper this season so far. But overall, De Gea is the better goalkeeper. There's no two ways about it. Ramsdale's
I love that. We've all gone back. We've all gone back to
it is. That's what I said to start with. That's what I said.
Tribal. We've all gone back to being tribal. I like it. I rate that. I've got a lot of
time. All right, Ramsdale it is in goalkeeper. 1-0 it is. Okay. Let's go.
This is not about winning or losing. This is about just picking the best team. It's about picking the best team, guys.
No way.
Right? If we have 10 players on the pitch, so be it. We haven't won. We just picked the best team.
Taking it absolutely right. God. It is. We're going with Aaron Wan-Bissaka versus Ben White. Who is getting Garth?
Well, no Dallo. All right. Well, I mean, I'm still. All right, fair enough. Well, I'm still taking Aaron Wan-Bissaka over Ben White at right back. I like Ben White. I think Ben White's a decent player, good solid player. Wan-Bissaka in recent weeks has proven again why I pay 50 mil for him. His defensive acumen is second to none in that fullback position. I don't know if he's trying to second to none. The second to none. I mean, listen, you can try and talk to me about Ben White all you want, but he ain't a right back at all like Aaron Wan-Bissaka is. So yeah, no, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka all day. And I'd have Dallo over Ben White as well at right back, 100%, 100%. So yeah, AWB for me, Nath. AWB.
AWB it is for you, Garth.
Mate, you should have picked WTF, mate. WTF should have been what you said, not AWB. Absolute joker. This geezer, you couldn't give him away. You couldn't give him away. And now you're talking about he's better than the best right back in the country at the moment. You are joking.
The best right back in the country at the moment.
To yourself and everyone else. How are you going to claim it? How are you trying to claim that Aaron Wan-Bissaka... Wait.
In the country.
How are you trying to claim that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is better than Ben White? Even with Ben White playing out of position. Genuinely.
Because he is.
No, but
he's a better player.
No, but he's not. But he's not.
He's a better right.
No, but he's not. Because I tell you why. Because Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a right back, and he can't cross the ball. And Ben White is a centre back, and he can cross the ball better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's embarrassing.
Okay.
No, he hasn't.
You did say
that.
That.
2 games for you. Two players, yeah? 2 players, yeah? 2 players. Who's better defender?
Yeah.
Who's a better defender? Yeah. In what sense? Are we talking about as an all-round player? Or are we talking about someone who's just gonna who can slide tackle? Is that what we're on? Is that
what my God.
It's sort of slide tackling. Because I tell you what, old Spider-Man over there is the best. He's the best slide tackler in the league. He is. Can't keep on his feet, but I tell you what, if he goes to ground, he's getting the ball. Stand him up, game over. If he goes to ground, you're in trouble. Ben White. Aaron White.
All right, Ben White. Steve, talk to me. Tell me who's the better defender out of those 2 players.
Ben White and who?
They're both in form. Who is the better defender out of Wan-Bissaka and Ben White?
Wan-Bissaka with Ben White this season. He's only played about 5 games, hasn't he, for a start?
So is he in form or is he out of form?
Shouldn't it be Dallo?
Is he in form or not? He's fit. The
only player who's fit he's been outstanding. Wan-Bissaka.
You can't choose Dallo. He's injured.
Look, Ben White.
Ben White's the better defender than Wan-Bissaka.
Ben White at the start of the season, right? He is in my eyes in the top 3 players in the season. This guy since the start of the season has not been put a foot wrong. He's gone from centre back.
I didn't think he did either. You're right. He hasn't.
And he's looked like he's been there all his life. He's a 7 and 8 out of 10 every week. I'm not on about the last 2-3 games that someone's been decent, and Dallo's been very good as well. But he's been through the season, but he's grown as the season's gone on. But Ben White has grown into an absolutely fantastic right back. and you got to give the guy a right back in Tomiyasu, who that's where his position is. The guy can do everything. He can come into midfield, he's a defender. No one ever gets past him. It don't matter who winger comes up against him. Every single week we're on our Arsenal show, and we're always saying winger's not got nothing again. Another winger got nothing again. He never loses any battles. We never come away and say Ben White's had a bad game ever. And recently he's adding to his game what he's going forward. He's got a partnership with Saka, and a lot of the reason why Saka's becoming the player he is today, right, this season, is because of Ben White. He's one of the reasons. So it has to be Ben White.
Okay. So, my turn. We all know Wan-Bissaka, what we've been saying about Wan-Bissaka defensively is he's like probably the best one-on-one defender there is out there. There ain't no one better than him defensively like that. So in terms of him being rock solid at the back and being on form, I don't see any right back better than him defensively. Maybe you can say like Walker, when Kyle Walker's fully fit, you're going to say him. But I can't think of anyone else who you'd put ahead of Wan-Bissaka. The way he's playing at the moment, he's crossing balls in well, he's keeping the ball well, he stops every player. Salah, Mahrez, anyone who's come up against, he stopped them. So the same way you guys have had your form, I'm not saying Ben White hasn't been in good form. I like Ben White, and I like him even at right back, even though he's a centre back. I think he's done a tremendous job. But you can't just use the fact that you're top of the league and winning all your games to say that he's better, if you get me. Just that everybody in the whole team can't just be better because you're top of the league. It's not really fair to do it like that. You've got to look at them as players. Remember their top levels, what they are first, and then you got to think about the form as well on top of that. Go on, Kears, what are you saying?
We're only on 2 players. If we had got to the strikers, and we were like this, we're only on 2 players, and I genuinely, this is no joking, yeah. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, there was never any question about his defensive ability. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's defensive ability was never in question. But why is he not in the team? Because he gets busy when he goes up the pitch. That's why. Because he can't cross. Yeah, but he's in the team because Dallow's. Where's Dallow?
Have you watched him since he come back from World Cup?
I watched him yesterday. Where's Dallow?
How good has he been?
He was very good. Very good.
How good is he in all the games he's played so far? How good has he been in all the games since he's played? Like 5 games now, so he's played amazing in all the games. Amazing in all the games. And his crossing has even been good. His overlapping, his getting forward and getting back. Everything's been on point. And I'm like,
I need to see some evidence of this.
Everything has been on point, and we know that he's a better defender anyway. So then if that's the case, he should be better. That's what I'm saying. He should be getting in there. I don't know. You've got Ramsdale.
No,
Wan-Bissaka. I wonder what you're going to do with Varane and the other boys at the back.
No. Wait. You're trying to second guess. You're trying to second guess me. You can't second guess me. You can't. And yeah, if you'd let me speak, yeah, you get the final choice on this anyway. So if I pick White, Steve picks White, and you pick the Aaron Wan-Bissaka, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets it, doesn't he? Otherwise, we'll be here forever.
Yeah. So we got him. Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets his spot, and we're happy. We're happy. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's in. It's Ramsdale in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back currently. Ben White loses out just slightly, because it was a draw. Okay, so that's fine. Now we move on to the big boys. We're moving on to the next boys. So right-sided centre back has to be Saliba versus big man Varane. So it's these 2 boys. Who gets in there? And we're going to start with Steve. Who's going in, Saliba or Varane?
Oh, this is going to be a good debate, because I've been going backwards and forwards on this one a little bit, because there's no doubt about that Varane is an absolute world class centre back, and you only have to look what he's won at Real Madrid. So this one's difficult, but Oh, Saliba, unbelievable this season. Absolutely outstanding. He's turning into like a Rio Ferdinand type. He's a Rolls Royce defender coming out from the back. He's unbelievable. His pace is incredible. He never gets beat. I'm glad. I wish you never came to me first on this one. Actually, I would love to have hear what you guys had to say. Can you come back to me on it or what?
No,
It's tough. It's tough,
mate.
It's,
Paint that fence while you're on it, Steve. If you don't mind, mate. It needs being a bit weather worn, bruv. That fence, mate. So come on.
Look. Because of I'm going to give you him. I'm going to give Varane just.
Like, good job,
just.
you are not.
And you're lucky. And I'll tell you what. The reason why I'm giving you him, you're lucky. You've caught Saliba over the last maybe 5 games.
Yeah.
Because he's been slightly off from what he's been the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the only reason why it's making me think go Varane maybe on this one. So
okay. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to go Garth.
Kira might convince me otherwise, and then I might change my mind. So
Garth, can you please help me out with this one? Did Deschamps pick Varane or Saliba in the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to like my answer, Nath. You're not going to like it, mate, because I was hoping it was going to be Varane versus Gabriel, so I could get Varane in the team. Saliba's been the best outright centre-back in the league this season, form-wise. No one can beat Saliba in any fantasy team for me. For me, period. Like Varane, anyone. It has to be Saliba. He's been a revelation for Arsenal this season, I think, from what I've seen of him. So, and like I say, I think he has been, over the 19 games we've seen, the best centre-back in the league thus far. So it's Saliba for me. Like, yeah. If it's Gabriel, as I've already said, that Gabriel don't get over either Martinez or Varane. But yeah, Saliba. From what I've seen of him, I might be wrong. Kim might change my mind here, but from what I've seen of him, he's been exceptional. So, exceptional, mate.
Cheers. Take it away, lad. It's up to you now.
See, this is mad, yeah, because I'm going for Varane, yeah, and it's on the basis of Varane is a better defender than Saliba right now. Yeah, Varane went to the World Cup ahead of Saliba, and there's a reason why Varane started over Saliba. Saliba will be one of the best in Europe the next few seasons. He's absolutely outstanding, but he's not Varane now. And what I need to say about my next defender that you know I'm going to pick, he is underrated compared to Saliba. People keep looking at Saliba. It's not Saliba. It's not Saliba on his own. Saliba ain't doing this on his own. So for me, it wouldn't have been Saliba anyway out of the two. So I'm picking Varane.
That's 2-1 at the moment, and I'm going with this man. Clearly, because when he plays for United are a total different side. He's won all the World Cups. He's won what he needs to win. He's won Champions League. We know what he's about. When he's fit and he's playing, he is on fire, and he's like impeccable. There's nothing you can say about him. His left foot, his right foot. He's always in the right place, winning balls, winning headers. He does everything. He doesn't often make mistakes. And just as well as Saliba's been playing well, so has Varane. They've both been playing very, very well. They've both been at the top of their game. And like I say, if Varane is a better player than Saliba, and they're both at the top of their game, one's slightly higher. And that's where Varane is slightly higher. And the reason why he got into the World Cup squad, and he's the first name in that back four in there. And Saliba didn't get next to him either. I don't think he played next to him. So I don't know why they chose other players ahead of him for that, because I would have put Saliba with him, because I don't really like...
It's the same. They're similar players. So you've got... Konate would have got in because he's a bit more... a bit more of a bosher.
You're right. So look, at the moment, Ramsdale gets in, Wan-Bissaka right back, Varane centre back, right centre back. Now we move on to the other side. It's Gabriel versus Martinez.
Right.
And we're going to start with you kids.
For me, it's Gabriel hands down. This is one of the most underrated defenders in the Premier League. people always talk about Saliba, yeah, and they look at a couple of points that Gabriel's done. Like they pull up a penalty that was given against Gabriel that was then rescinded, and then point out the fact that he'd be careful because he's going to give a penalty. It happens all the time. Gabriel has been outstanding and an unsung hero for Arsenal this season. He's been, for me, he controls the defence. He is helping Saliba. Saliba doesn't come into this defence and is what he is now on his own. He needs this monster next to him, cleaning up, boshing, and yeah, for me, hands down, Gabriel, outstanding. This player.
Okay, Garth, who are you going with?
Well, listen, everything Erin just said about Gabriel is basically what I'm going to say about Martinez. Like, Varane is not the player that Varane is without Martinez next to him. Martinez, for me, is the second best defender in the league. So Saliba was number one. Martinez is number two. Gabriel doesn't get in front of Varane or Martinez for me. So Martinez is straight away. Martinez has been a revelation at Man United. His hardness at the back, his silly determination has complemented Varane so magnificently well that it's changed Ten Hag's philosophy of playing centre backs. He's putting Luke Shaw there when he ain't got Martinez, so that he's got the passing ability. Yeah, I'm stunned that we picked Varane over Saliba. I cannot, in good conscience, put anyone above Martinez, anyone from Man United or Arsenal. So yeah, Martinez takes it for me.
Yeah, Steve, who are you going with left centre back, Martinez or Gabriel?
Yeah, no, look, it's Gabriel all day long. The guy, he's just. I mean, I called him at the beginning of the season or last season that this guy's going to be the next Virgil van Dijk, and I still stick by that. And from watching him sort of all season, every single game, he's turning into that player. He's not only, Kieran's already pointed out, you know, how good he is at the tackling. You know, he doesn't miss anything in the hair. You know, Arsenal got this habit of sort of sitting back last 10 minutes of games and letting teams come onto them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just bring it on. Tottenham were the same. Gabriel does not miss anything. And I think Kieran already said it. If it wasn't for Gabriel being there, then Saliba wouldn't be the player he was right now. He wouldn't have had the growth that he would have had unless Gabriel would have been next to him. And I'm not putting down Martinez at all. Again, you know, people would be silly to say that he's a bad defender. He's not. He's a very good defender. I disagree a little bit with I'm not too sure, but believe me, I don't think Martinez would be doing as well in Man United if it wasn't for Varane. Varane's like a Rolls Royce. He's the god of defending. For me, Martinez has played in midfield, a left back. He's played all over the place. So I wouldn't say that he's learning off of him and making him better. I can't. You know, I don't agree with that. And I just think Gabriel's got that little bit more to his game. Again, not putting down Martinez at all, but I just feel Gabriel's got that. Well, I do think he's better. He's better in the air. I do think he's got that quick turn of pace. I do think he's a little bit less sort of rash. You know, when he's putting in tackles, or he doesn't get as rolled up as what Martinez gets sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a bit of what Martinez because he's my type of defender. But overall, when you put it all together, yeah, I mean, look, for me, Gabriel's all day long, without any doubt.
Okay, then. Okay. Well, I'm going to obviously say my piece. And then, Alex, you can jump in and say yours. So at the moment, Alex, as you might know, Ramsdale's in goal. Wan-Bissaka took the right-back spot and Varane took centre-back spot. We had a draw with Wan-Bissaka and Ben White with who's the best better defender. Well,
I must have been out the room there, Alex, because that's ridiculous.
We had a draw. We had two
that's ridiculous.
Well, there's two people each side. So if everyone picks the same, the player from each side, it's a draw.
Yeah.
We can't be
you definitely weren't out of the room, mate.
We're 3 players in, and it's 35 minutes into the show. we need to get moving.
Yeah, we definitely make succinct answers, people. Succinct answers from now on.
Yeah. When it comes to Martinez versus Gabriel, I'm looking at Martinez and I'm saying, listen, he needs to get in there. This guy come and transformed our team and helped us become a strong outfit again. Him and Varane complement each other so well. We've had clean sheet after clean sheet. We've beaten the big boys with this guy in there. And his passing, his ability on the ball is unbelievable. He transforms whatever we do from the back. Starting out from the back, it's all because of him. And that's what I love about him. And I think he does that better than a Gabriel. And also, I'm not sure if Gabriel plays for the Brazil national side, does he? Does he play for the Brazil national side, Steve? He didn't play, did he? He didn't play
no,
the World Cup.
that don't mean anything, does it?
I'm just asking the question.
He didn't go to the World Cup, but
Okay,
let's look what's in front of him.
Okay,
Look what's
all
in
right.
front of him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm just asking.
Yeah,
to see
I
what
mean,
was in the World Cup,
Martinez
I'm
didn't
just
play. Only played
asking,
about
just-
2 minutes, didn't he?
All right,
And he had Otamendi in front of him.
Yeah,
So what
exactly.
does that tell you?
Otamendi.
Otamendi. Oof.
Exactly
Oh.
my point. I was finding out whether he was playing for the national squad. As much as you say how good he is, you know, like the best in the league and stuff like that. But anyway, Martinez ahead of Gabriel for me slightly in terms of on the ball and in terms of what he does for our team. Gabriel has done a great job for you guys. I've got to give it to you. He's done well. You guys are at the top. You're not conceded many goals because of that back four. So again, I can see why you're going to put him ahead of him for yourselves.
Does Martinez chip him with goals?
Sorry?
Does Martinez chip him with goals?
No, he hasn't scored. I don't think he has scored any goals. But yeah, I think it's very tight in terms of who I'd pick. But I'm edging Man United because I'm Man United. So with this one, I think it's dead even for. I wouldn't mind which one I picked, but because I'm Man United, I'm picking my boy, Alex.
He's not even a left back though, is he? Martinez.
He's a centre back, right?
Centre back, come midfield,
Alex.
Come left back.
Alex, who you going with anyway? Unmute yourself, please.
Oh
Please
my
give
God.
Just so you know, he hasn't played centre midfield one game. I don't know where the centre midfield or left back thing's come from. He's only played centre back for Man United. Yeah. Never played anywhere else, Steve.
Yeah,
I'm on about in his whole career. I wasn't on about.
I was
going to say no. Maybe on Sunday he might be playing as DM. Who knows? Like now we've got that Casemiro.
Alex, who you going with? Gabriel,
right, you both raised some really good points, amazing points, and I think I'm going to go with Gabriel. I think Gabriel has the edge with the goal scoring situations, opportunities. I think that's a really important part of what you want. If you're going to have your ultimate round starting 11, you want the strongest, and I think that just gives it the edge for me. So sorry about it, lads, but
oh man, Gabriel.
His 2 goals. His two goals this season.
Excuse me, he scored 5 last season. But halfway through the season, he scored 5 goals last season, and 5 for a centre back is nothing to turn.
We're on last season now. I thought we were on current.
He scored 2 goals this season. 2 goals.
No one's come close to Martinez. I'm stunned at this. I can't believe we've got. I can't believe Saliba's not in there, and I can't believe Gabriel is. This is madness.
Yeah, the weird thing is my 2 defenders would have been Varane and Saliba. I don't care if they're similar. I would have played them both.
It'd be Martinez and Saliba for me all day.
Nah, I'm not letting that happen.
I had Varane and Gabriel as my 2.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's same as me, same as us. Yeah.
Gilberto or Zinchenko. Let's go with Alex first. Gilberto or Zinchenko. So basically, the rules are whoever the fit team, both squad, walk into the changing room. You're the manager, and whoever's on form has to play of available players. Whoever's on form.
Have you got that, Alex? Have you got it? Yeah, you sure?
Yeah. No, I think for me it's no brainer. It's Luke Shaw, based off of form, based off the last 6 games that he's played, I think that he's been immense. I think the fact that he can move into a centre back role is pretty impressive. Considering how he's never done it before. But I like him. He's good in terms of like assists. He can carry the ball forward. I think he's a good dribbling. He's good at defending. He's the whole package for me. And not that Zinchenko isn't. I just think right now, based on form, I think Luke Shaw is the one.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with an Arsenal supporter. Steve, what are you telling me?
I'm a big fan of Luke Shaw. I mean, I was really bigging him up in the World Cup. And I think for Manchester United, he's definitely back to, the form that he was showing, when he first come there. Or not so much when he first come there, but about a year ago, especially under Ollie at some point. He's got all the attributes to be an absolutely an incredible left back. So yeah, I agree with exactly what Alex said.
Okay, perfect. Garth, next
But he's
up.
not getting in front of Zinchenko. You got to be on another player. No way getting in front of Zinchenko. No way. The guy is just offers to. He's made Arsenal at the back. He's binded that back together. He also he helps out in midfield. He can go into midfield. He gets down the line. Again, like I said, he's an 8 or 9. I mean, if you watch Arsenal every week, which I'm sure you do, he's an 8 and a 9 out of 10 every week. He absolutely destroyed Tottenham in that first half. Absolutely ripped them to pieces. He's a winger, come left back. He's much more better going forward than Luke Shaw. He offers more than Luke Shaw when he goes forward. He offers more in midfield. He's got this attribute. He's clever. He moves into when Xhaka goes up. Zinchenko drops into the midfield. When if he needs to cover one of the centre backs, he always moves across. His actual discipline as a left back to see what's going on, not just in his one position, is the whole pitch is incredible. And the guy's passion and in the dressing room is I say, second to none. And for me, I wouldn't swap Zinchenko for Luke Shaw, although I do like Luke Shaw.
Thanks, Steve. We've got 40 minutes in and we're still at the back. We're still at the back foot. You kidding?
That's why I tried to be really quick.
All right. I thought you had you had a nice little thing about Shaw, and that was pretty good. And that was like nice empty. And then he's like, "Oh, bang!" But no, bang! I'm gonna do another bit. And then he's put Zinchenko right in there. All right, Zinchenko, it is 1-1. Garth, can you keep it to 5 seconds, please? You're taking up some too.
It's Shaw, man. It's Shaw. Come on, anyone who's watched football this season know that Shaw's been the best left back in the league. Period. Best left back in the league by a long way as well. So one of our best players, 100% sure. Zinchenko don't come close.
Fence in here, Kieran. What are you saying to me?
Do you know what? I was gonna be like very like professional here, and then you had to add that last little bit at the end, didn't you? You couldn't help yourself. You couldn't help yourself, could you?
What?
Couldn't help yourself.
What happened?
Zinchenko didn't come close. You said it with such like contempt as well. Like,
who said what?
I don't know how we're friends. I don't know how we're friends.
What did he say?
Anyway,
he don't come close, mate.
It's my turn to talk.
I'll give it.
Zinchenko's been absolutely outstanding this season. He's part of the reason why Arsenal are playing the way they are. He adds that extra bit in midfield, but I'm going to go for Shaw because Zinchenko's, when he's excellent, but he's had a couple of injuries this season. It takes him a few games to get back in, and because of that, based on that, I'm going to go for Shaw. But it's not even a case of not because they're two completely different defenders.
Yeah, they are.
Two completely different players. And Zinchenko would bring a different element to your game that you would be waxing lyrical about. Trust me. Trust me.
We would. So
don't give him nothing, Nathan. No, we wouldn't. He's an Arsenal reject. We don't want him.
City don't have rejects. That's the thing. They don't have rejects.
You know what? Zinchenko, he's a player. He is a player on the ball. I love him on the ball. He is one of the players who is pretty much like, I hate it when he plays because I know you can get at him when you get on the ball, but most of the time he's in a team that have always got the ball. So then you don't often get at him enough to be able to hurt him. But I've never seen him as this top defender that you guys maybe think that he is. I think he's more, Tottenham beating City. Anyway, I think he is more, much better going forward than he is defensively. And when it comes to Shaw, what?
He's playing.
Love it. When it comes to Shaw, he's been on fire, absolute fire. We know no one can stop him defensively, but he's not as good going forward. We know he ain't got the ability to create things the same way as Zinchenko has. But look, when you're looking at it, if they're both sitting looking at me, I'm going, Luke, put your shirt on, lad. That's what I'm doing. Luke, put your shirt on. You are playing straight. You're ahead of Zinchenko. But you know what? Zinchenko, you are coming on at some point because you are going forward, doing bits going forward. So, yeah, where one kind of is a bit less going forward, the other one's way better going forward, and it's the other way around defensively. So, yeah, sure, you get my spot. So we currently have Ramsdale in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Gabriel, and Luke Shaw. And this is where it gets a bit messy because we're going in. We can't even go with this guy anymore. He's not available. He's not available, guys. He's not available. So
come on. He's only suspended, Dave. We've got to have the Partey Casemiro debate, mate.
We've got to have the debate. We can have the debate if you want to have the debate.
It's not like he's injured or something. He's just out of this one game. You know what I mean?
We've got to talk about it anyway. Casemiro, hands down for me, would be playing because he is the superior player overall, but they're both on bang on form. They're both bang on form, but he's the superior player. So what I say is I'm looking at them both. They're both on form. You guys are sick. Both of you killing it. Casemiro, put your shirt on. That's what I'm saying.
But what is he better than Partey?
I love your script writing.
Everything.
Midfielder. That's why.
Well, tell me what he's better than that. What
passing, ball carrying, defending.
Better than him at picking
Carry
up.
on.
He's a better ball passer. He's a better ball carrier.
He's a better defender.
He's a better defensive midfielder. Yeah, mate. Yeah, defensive midfielder all day. He's definitely a better ball passer, 100%. He's definitely a better ball carrier, 100%. He influences the midfield more than Partey, in my opinion.
Wait a minute.
That's
Are you saying that Partey is a better player, hands down, forget form? Are you telling me Partey?
I'm not using the terms hands down all day long, never a question, unquestionable. I'm not using these terms because we're talking about small nuances, differences.
Let's say you're rating him. Let's say for FIFA, you're rating one player and the other overall rating. Who's getting the higher rating?
No, but I don't think you've listened to what I'm saying. I don't think you've listened to what I've said.
Getting a higher rating?
On what? In real life?
If you picked FIFA and you were picking the rating.
What, on a card? One of the cards?
But I said, I don't think you've listened to what I've said, though. Yeah. I said, I only question the fact that you are saying this hands down and you are saying he's a better defender, better defensively. When
he's a better central defensive midfielder than Partey.
In what way? You're saying influence on the game?
The central defensive midfielder. What? Let's say who's better, Rice or Casemiro? Casemiro. Who's better, Partey or Casemiro? Casemiro. It's just the way it is. Like, how can you not agree with that? I don't understand. You can say he's on better form, but he's not a better player. Come on. Seriously, he's not a better player than Casemiro.
But what are we arguing here?
Is he a better player than Casemiro?
Are we arguing who goes in this team based on form, based on what they're bringing to these teams?
Yeah, and I think they're both on form. Both players are on form, playing 9s and 8s and 10s every week. So the better player naturally gets in for me. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to get at here. If they're both playing the same, kind of both on the same form, they're both red arrows up, and one's better than the other, the best player plays. That's what I would do if they're both sitting looking at me. I know it's tight, it's very tight, but Casemiro edges it for me. That's me. Kiers, what are you saying?
You know what? I was going to say quickly. Yeah, I think Partey is really good, right? And I don't think there's much of a difference between Partey and Casemiro. I really don't. I think it's very, very tight. And I think you have to give him credit for what he's done since he's come into the Arsenal side, right? And also the same for Casemiro. But I think with them, I think it's neck and neck, and I think it's just down to who your preference is. So obviously, if you're for Arsenal, you're going to be more swayed to Partey. If you're United, you're going to be for Casemiro. So I think that is the bottom line with it, really.
Do you know what it is? You lot are not hearing anything out.
No.
You're not. And it gets to one pick each, and it's we get the deciding pick. There's no
okay.
You wanted to debate about who's about Partey and the Casemiro, and then you've just gone, he's better he's far better superior at every level. It gets our pick. I'm saying,
I didn't
great, absolutely wonderful script there, Nathan. Spielberg has come around the corner with the "You got the shirt." I mean, that line was impeccable. I was nearly tearing up at that one.
Look, but he's right though, isn't he? What Alex said was spot on. You know, they're both at the top of their games. I said on the Arsenal show on Tuesday night that if you're Man United, you're going to pick Casemiro. If you're an Arsenal, you're going to pick Partey, because both players are integral to the teams. And if they weren't there, right, you'd worry, right, in that area of the pitch. That's facts on both. I think they're, as far as importance goes, they're both as important as each other. If you're looking at as far as a defensive midfield player goes, I think Partey's a better defensive midfield player. I just feel Casemiro, over as a player and over his career and what he's done and who he is, then it's Casemiro. But if I'm looking at it this season, right, as far as the defensive middle player, Arsenal have let less goals in. They don't. The defence is more better protected, and that's why Partey is the better defensive midfield player. You know that speaks for itself.
Well, so just so we can get this out there, on the defensive midfielder, Casemiro beats Thomas Partey in every stat in the Premier League: blocks, interceptions, tackles, successful tackles, clearances, headed clearances, and aerial battle. Well, no, I'm talking about defensive stats as a defensive midfielder. Casemiro beats Thomas Partey in every single stat. He's got more goals created. He's got more chances created. He beats him in every single stat, and that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm not listening to you. I am saying that Casemiro, I'm not even with Alex and Nathan. Casemiro is by far a superior player to Thomas Partey. And if they've both been on similar form this season, which they have, Casemiro is still the better player and gets in that team over Partey any day of the week. So, and the stats prove it. His stats beat, they're just better all the way down the list. Literally, stat for stat.
Okay, look, guys. The problem is, though, Casemiro suspended. So it's McTominay versus Partey, and Partey gets in for me. So Partey's getting in for me. Who are you picking, McTominay or Partey? I think everybody's saying Partey.
Partey would be McTominay.
What? After all that, it's down to McTominay and Partey.
What was that? What are you doing?
That's nonsense. That's
nonsense. Available players.
What's the point of even talking about Partey? Well, obviously, it's Partey over McTominay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, Casemiro's sitting at home while McTominay's sitting in the changing room. So at the moment, I can't pick Casemiro. He's sitting at home. So I'm going
to be fair, we did start the debate by saying it's only available players.
Yeah,
and the reason why we had that debate was because you said we've got to have this debate.
Yeah,
because I thought we were going to be picking him in the team. I didn't realise it would be just like the debate. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Partey over McTominay any day of the week. Any day of the week, obviously.
It would have been different if he didn't pick up that stupid yellow card in the last few minutes. So he would have been picked in the side, but he's not. So now we have to go with another one, which is a little bit debatable. We'll go down, up, and everyone got about 30 seconds. Let's try and get this completed, guys. So we've got Eriksen versus Xhaka. So, kids, what are you telling me? Eriksen or Xhaka? Who are you going with?
Look, Xhaka's had an absolutely outstanding season so far this season. But I've got to pick Eriksen. I've got to pick Eriksen.
No, I'm not going Eriksen.
Because he's the passer on the ball. Look, Xhaka's been outstanding this season, but Eriksen's a better passer of the ball there.
Thank you. Alex, what are you telling me? 30 seconds as well.
Okay, I think Xhaka's been really great. He's made improvements, but I just think that's just because the dynamics of the squad and how Partey really shores them up. But I think with Eriksen, him coming in has given United a different dimension. I think he's very visionary on the ball and he's been involved in so many goal creations. So I have to give it to Eriksen for this 11.
That's 2 Eriksen. Steve, you're going with Xhaka, are you? Go on, 30 seconds.
Yeah, all day. I can't believe you're picking Eriksen. You know, I mean, what the influence that Xhaka, I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about whether he can do a nutmeg, whether he can do a 40-yard pass, then let's pick Eriksen. But if you're talking about an influence and what a man has given a team all this season, every single game, then I don't even know how Eriksen gets in. It's no idea. Beyond me. Xhaka.
You taking Xhaka, yeah? Garth, who are you going for?
Oh, mate, that passionate defence almost makes you want to go with Xhaka, but obviously I'm sensible, so I'm not going there. Absolutely never, mate. Xhaka's a walking liability. He's had a great half season. Eriksen.
Hey, get out of it, walking liability.
He's barely
foul this season.
Eriksen's
he's gone soft.
He has gone soft, yeah, no more.
Guys.
Eriksen's completely transformed Man United's midfield. His passing abilities just don't have been lacking. It's all influence, Steve. Eriksen's got more influence over that midfield than any of the midfielders at Man United. So Eriksen all day, yeah, for me.
Well, listen.
So what, is Eriksen more important? Is he more important to Man United than what Xhaka is to Arsenal?
Yeah.
They're different players, mate, they are.
Exactly, they're different players. They're exactly different players.
Yeah.
And that's why
Eriksen's
gives you more.
passing is as important. No, Eriksen's passing is as important, if not more, than what Xhaka's given to Arsenal. It's so important to us, that passing. And I'm sure what Xhaka does is very important to you as well. Very important.
If Eriksen doesn't play, we don't...
and he should be recognised for that.
If Eriksen doesn't play, we're struggling, mate. We're struggling to keep that ball under pressure at any time. We're finished. So that's what happens to us. But you know what? I've seen Xhaka play this year. He's got that left foot on him. He's been popping the ball around. He's been keeping the ball. He's been defending very well. He's been dirty. He's been doing well. And he's someone on form. When you look at it, you guys not losing games. And he's probably had ratings higher than Eriksen. I don't think he's a better player than Eriksen. But I do think he's on more form, better form than Eriksen.
Yeah.
So I would go with Eriksen. I'd be going with Xhaka, sorry. But it's 2 versus 3, so Eriksen gets in. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Steve. I would go with Xhaka, but he's not getting it.
No, I knew what was going to happen anyway. So I would come.
Yeah. But anyway, let's move on. We've got a tough one here. Kiers, you go first.
This is not tough.
Yeah, this ain't tough, mate.
Next.
Sorry. This one ain't tough.
Hands down. What was it? Hands down. I'm just going to phrases. Hands down. Not even a question. No. Easy. No brainer. Easy win. Taking candy off a baby. Sit down, Fernandes. Because Mo's in the house. Making me angry. That's it. Martin Odegaard, a.k.a. Mo.
Who takes the shirt? Put your shirt on who?
He takes Fernandes' shirt and throws it in the bin, mate. If you've not seen this magician, he is the midfield Dennis Bergkamp. Watch. Okay. Ballon d'Or winner in 5 years. He's unbelievable. Our captain, Martin Odegaard.
Alex, who are you going with?
Yeah, I have to give it to Odegaard. No brainer. It's just there. There you go.
No problem. Steve, who are you going with?
Yeah, it's probably the most easiest one of the lot. Odegaard.
Garth, who are you going with?
Donny van der Beek. Just no. Obviously it's Odegaard, mate. Yeah, obviously it's Odegaard. So.
Well, funnily enough, we have a clean sweep. All 5 say Odegaard.
Yeah, that's the easiest one. As good as Bruno's been, and Bruno has been excellent this year. Odegaard's been one of the best players in the league by far. Watching him, I agree with Keir. Watching him is like watching old school Dennis Bergkamp. The silk he's got in his feet. Not the same player, but the silk he's got is amazing.
Yeah. We're going with another one, which is pretty straightforward as well. Let's go with that one first. We've got Anthony versus Saka.
Next.
We need to have this conversation. I'm not sure you're ready for this conversation.
What is it right now?
The conversation, the 90 million you spent on Anthony.
Non-negotiable, the whole panel.
86, if you don't mind. 86, Keir, if you don't mind, mate.
Saka for me.
Saka's got the shirt. He walked in with the shirt and he said, "Listen, I don't care what the manager does. I'm playing." So, yeah.
He looked at Anthony and laughed when he was wearing his shirt. Laughed.
Yeah.
Almiron, Mark too. Yeah, you're not playing. Let's go. This one's a hard one because I didn't know what to do here. So you've got the left side of midfield, the left wing. So the one thing that I wanted to do is ask you all, since Rashford has played a number of games up front, and a number of games on the
don't do it. Don't put him on that left.
Don't do it.
Don't put him on that left.
Martinelli versus Rashford. It's Martinelli versus Rashford, mate.
Okay, no problem. We'll do it. Rashford versus Martinelli, then. You guys want to
I don't know why you're doing this.
What are you telling me?
It's an easy dub. Easy dub.
What are you telling me?
What? You think your centre forward's going to be an easy dub then?
What
I'd have Nketiah over Anthony any day.
What you telling me? What are you telling me? Rashford or Martinelli?
Look, considering we're talking about a left winger here, yeah, we can talk about Rashford's form because he's been absolutely outstanding as a centre forward. But we're talking about left wingers. We're talking about the left winger that Klopp is dribbling over, that everyone in Europe cannot stop talking about. Yeah, the Brazilian maestro.
Striker. Is he up front or on the left? Which one is he?
Left wing.
Right. So why are you talking about him as a striker for?
Who?
I don't get that one.
I think you were talking about Rashford, wasn't
I'm talking about Rashford.
You were talking about Rashford.
Yeah, I said Rashford's played well as a striker. But if we're talking about left wingers, I mean, I could do the whole spiel again if you want. If we're talking about left
winger, that's where he's playing.
If we're talking about left wingers, Martinelli is hands down taking that spot. Like no one is touching Martinelli on that left wing in this league. Right. No one. Okay. No one. And it's your mistake that you put him on Rashford on the left wing.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It has to be Rashford. The form he's in, I'm sorry, it has to be. Actually, I'm not sorry because for me, it's Rashford all day ahead of Martinelli.
Right. That's what you want to do. That's where we're going. Steve, who are you going with?
Yeah, I mean, look, it has to be Martinelli. I mean, I wouldn't class Rashford as a left winger. He's sort of like a second striker. So for me,
taking the mic now.
What is going on?
What madness! The guy's on fire, like the most on fire player in the whole league, and you're putting him Martinelli ahead of the most. Anyway, carry on.
God, I only spoke for 10 seconds then, didn't I? I didn't even mention it. It was saying like I was going to rip. Do you know what? It was like I was going to rip Rashford to pieces.
You lot are killing it because you said he put him on the left, and then you said he's not even on the left, and you're saying he's good as a striker, but he can't play as a striker.
You're playing him up against Martinelli.
Who put him on the left?
You're putting him up. You're putting him
He's
up.
He's a left winger.
Yeah, I didn't put him on the left.
If there's a left winger, if he's a left winger, then you can't put him up. He's quick.
Wherever he goes, he's playing anyway. So
but Rashford, you get this feel. I mean, what we're talking about here? If you're talking about the whole season, and the consistent, being absolutely an 8 and 9 out of 10 every single week, driving defenses absolutely mad, ripping people apart consistently for the whole season, not a little bit of season. I love Rashford. I love him.
Right? How many goals?
But he hasn't been as consistent, and he hasn't been as he doesn't strike. He strikes few in
9 against 11.
Right.
Martinelli's got 7 goals.
But
his goal scoring ratio.
What's all the stats got to do with it?
19%.
What's stats got to do with it?
16 goals and he scored 29%.
Whoa. What's that got to do with anything?
5 assists there. And how many assists has Martinelli got? 3 assists. Okay.
You talking about Premier League? You adding more competitions?
That's Premier League. Premier League.
I know a second division winger that's got better stats than Martinelli. Should we put him in?
That's everything. That's everything for both players all season. For the club. That's the
you say Rashford's got 16 goals in the Premier League?
No.
All comps.
In the league. In the league and the cup.
I just said that. Yeah. I just said that. We're talking about
so
Premier League.
That's the form this season. That's their top goal scorers for you and top scorers for us. 16 goals versus 7. You tell me who's doing better.
Yeah, but no, what you're not thinking about is that Arsenal score everywhere. We got goal scorers who score on the left, on the right, in the centre, in the midfield. Manchester United haven't got that. Yeah, we spread our goals about. So it's not, that's skewed. That's skewed.
Versus Martinelli.
You keep moving the goalposts. You keep moving the goalposts. Did you not say it was the Premier League?
Yeah.
You not say Premier League. And twice I said it the Premier League, and then you've added Rashford's goals in all competitions, and then only added.
Yeah, but that's what I've done.
Martinelli's goals.
I've brought it up, and I've seen how many goals they've scored for their clubs this season so far. So that's what I brought it up.
Martinelli scored 7 goals in the Premier League, and Rashford scored 8 goals in the Premier League.
And
so you've added all competitions to buff it up to make it sound better.
So who is the most informed player this season, Rashford or Martinelli?
Martinelli gets pulled out the FA Cups and the other cup. I mean, Rashford might start. I don't know.
Can you just say one of the names, please? Who is the most informed player right now, Rashford or Martinelli?
What?
I can't hear a name.
What?
I can't hear any names.
They're both picking Martinelli. They're both picking Martinelli, man. Alex picked Rashi.
So Nate, if that's the case, if that's what we're going by, how can Wan-Bissaka get in front of Ben White? If that's
Thank you.
No way. Humanly possible.
No way. Ben White is a much better defender than Aaron Wan-Bissaka all round.
You're changing the goalpost. You keep changing the goalpost.
It's not goalpost. It's still for me. Rashford's better than Martinelli.
We have to stay at the top end. We have to. Okay. You can't go back.
There's no goalpost being changed. Player for player, Rashford's better than Martinelli for me right at this time and at this moment. Martinelli's got a nice high ceiling, but if we're picking right this second, it has to be Rashford. He scored 9 in the Premier League, or whether he is in the last 9 in the last 10 games. He is the most in-form winger in the league. And yeah, he's a striker again. He's not. He plays left wing every week. He moves to centre forward every so often when we have a tactical change. He isn't what is known now as a left winger. Martinelli's more old school. He is forward left all day, and it is on form. Has to be Rashford at the moment. If that's what we're going on, we can get into debates about who's the better player.
I like. Look, I think Rashford's been fantastic recently. Do you know what I mean? I'm not arguing with that with Garth. I think he's been outstanding. I'm a massive fan. But one thing I do want, I want Ben White instead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka now.
Not much you can do about that until Alex.
No, I can't. Because you can't have that. You can't say that about Rashford if you're got Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
All decisions are final, Steve. All decisions are final, mate. Once they're on paper, they're done and dusted.
I'll give you my 30 seconds on Rashford versus Martinelli. I think Martinelli is the better player on the left wing. If I was picking a player on the left wing as a player who is the best player, I would say Martinelli is a better left winger, and I'd want him in my side on the left wing. Now, who's more in form right now? Rashford is more in form, and this is what we're going with. I didn't even want to play Rashford on the left because I wanted to keep Martinelli in my side, and because Rashford also plays up front, I wanted to put them both in there. But you guys wanted to put him on the left and ruin the team even more. No problem, but Rashford has to take that because he's more in form. So that's the only reason why I would say if it was up to me, I'm not dropping any of those two. They're both very important to my side. I need them both playing. But to you, obviously, you guys think that Martinelli's ahead of him. I understand. He is a better player on the left, but he's not in better form. So, come on. Form. You can't deny it. And you both know you don't want to say it with your mouth.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I've just been shocked, yeah. Now you poured salt on it and you're prodding your finger in the hole. You've got 3 against 2 here. You don't need to keep going. What are you doing? I just got a whooping.
All right, we're
and
going up front now.
You keep on whooping because I'm not crying no more. Stop.
We're going with another easy one.
It best be. Hey, sit down with your 2 goals. It's 2 goals in 35 games for Burnley. Mr. Relegation. Sit down. I saw you play yesterday. Don't even try that with me.
And Kenny's got 2 goals in 17 games, mate. He's got almost the same record as Weghorst in the league.
And Ketia he's actually joined. He's joined
No, league goals. League goals, mate. He's got 2. He's got 2 league goals.
But in goals for the season, he's got 7. So he's doing all right. He's doing okay. And he gets in my team ahead of any of our boys up front at the moment because there's only one player available and he's not getting in there. Rashford, if it was Rashford, he's definitely getting in there and jug Martinelli on the left. But again, ruin the side. Ruin the side, guys. Mash up the place. But anyway, we all saying Nketiah? We all saying Nketiah? Because there's one more. We're all saying Nketiah.
No, I'm not saying Nketiah. I'm not saying Nketiah. We're going on current form, yeah? We're going on current form. Weghorst is more on form, mate. He's got 1 and 2 with Benfica, with 1 and 2 on assists as well. With if we're just doing the league, then yeah, he's played 1 game. But Weghorst is on banging form right now. 16 games, 8 goals, 7 assists. Like it's banging form. So yeah, if we're just doing Premier League, then yeah, it has to be. But I think he's awful. I think he's an awful player.
There we go. That is a terrible take. Then it's a terrible saying. Nketiah is an awful player. That is a horrible take.
I think he's a good player.
Disingenuous. He's not an awful player. He's far from awful. Far from awful.
Yeah,
and in
good,
fact, if you're talking about form, he's got 3 goals in 4 games.
Yeah, like, he's done well. He's done well. I'm putting him in.
Standard Gabriel Jesus. He's been brilliant.
Listen, I don't watch him. Everything I've seen of him, I have him down as an absolute bog average striker who would get replaced in a second. He doesn't walk into any team really and take over that star striker spot, the number 1 striker spot in any team in the league.
Not because what Weghorst
but that's
does.
What I'm saying. Maybe awful was the wrong. Maybe awful was the wrong way to put it. He's bog average, and I don't see how he anything more
what team
than that second striker. Man United. That's how bad our striker options are, mate.
Guys, just to give you the update, Haaland has bagged and it's 2-2.
Oh, is it?
Alvarez and Haaland.
I don't want them mugs doing us any favours anyway.
But no, yeah, listen. If we're going on just Premier League form, it's obviously got to be Nketiah, who's played 1 game. But if you're talking about actual form, he's bang on form at the moment. Like, seriously, it's a ridiculous form that he had at Besiktas. Like, seriously decent form. Much better than Nketiah. Much better than Nketiah's form.
But Besiktas, come on. If I put Eddie Nketiah in Besiktas, it'd be top goal scorer in Europe. Come on.
I don't think he would. Yeah, that's a different.
Is it 4-1?
I don't think he would.
Alex, have you gone with Nketiah as well, or are you going with Weghorst?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nketiah just because he is in form right now. I think for me, Weghorst has been great. He's been great with Besiktas, and I think he's had a good history in terms of like in the Bundesliga, etc. But I think right now, from what I've seen of Nketiah, I'm going to go with him.
100%, I agree. I think we all agree, apart from Garth at the moment. Nketiah, that striker spot, but the last one, but not least, very tough one here. Kiers.
But don't I get asked?
Steve, go on then. Quickly say Nketiah, and then we can move on.
Nketiah, but I will say he deserves some respect on his name because he's been outstanding since he came into the side to cover for Jesus. So, his respect. He's a better player than what people think he is.
Yeah, he is. 100%.
He's maybe not right and pleasing on the eye as Gabriel Jesus, but he does a job. And if you was to watch him week in, week out, you'd appreciate him. Trust me.
Yeah, I like him. Like I said, I've seen him, and I thought that you lot wouldn't struggle while Jesus is out because you lot are a well-oiled machine, and he's well capable of scoring goals when he gets the chances. So he's gone and done it. Now the tough one. It is a tough one because it's very tight for me. I know who I'm choosing, but let's just go with it. Ten Hag versus this man. Kiers.
So this is on Premiership form, is it? Just like the players.
Yeah, this is easy. Yeah, this is.
So
this is easy, isn't it?
Yeah, this ain't hard.
In the last 5 games, it's been 4 wins.
Yeah,
last 5 games.
But surely you want to say.
Last 5 games.
It's good.
I tell you what, you did half try.
I do rate.
You got to give it to him, innit? You got to give it.
I do.
I've got to give it props. Last 5 games.
You managed to keep a straight face, but I have to say, if we're talking about overall, I'm saying mine just because of the impact he's had across everything. Now, I'm not saying yours hasn't had the impact because he's clearly changing your team. He was in an absolute state, and he's done things that previous managers wouldn't do, like bench Harry Maguire. But our manager has also managed to flip the fans around who were booing players week in, week out. When managers were making subs, they were groaning and moaning before they even come on, and that doesn't happen. Emirates is an absolute fortress right now. The vibe down there is ridiculous. You want to go there, it's unbelievable, and that is why I pick Mikel Arteta.
Alex, what are you telling me?
I mean, is that the criteria of making it a fortress again, Kiers? Really?
Come down there, you'll see on Sunday the fortress. Don't worry about that.
He's had 3 years to get that together. Of course, I'm going to go for Erik ten Hag. I think that Erik ten Hag is working absolute miracles. That this team that we had, like that were dross, that were terrible, everyone was writing them off, have like literally managed to turn it around and like actually churn out some really credible performances, notably the one against Spurs. I think it was the best of the season so far. So it's a no-brainer for me. If you get players to play like that who were absolutely on their asses last season, it has to be Erik ten Hag. Also, for me, my favourite player, Rashford, obviously he's back. So anyone who can get Rashford back has got my vote. So yeah.
Well done, Steve. 30 seconds. Let's see what
Yeah,
you've got.
I mean, I think Erik ten Hag's the right man for Manchester United. You know, some will say he still needs to be, still needs to prove it because he's come from Eredivisie and he's still got to. He's only new. But look, Arteta, as Kieran's already said, he's come to the club. He's turned Arsenal around. He's got the players out, shifted them out. He's changed the whole, feel about the club. He's took Arsenal from 8th to the top of the league. We're playing the best football in the Premiership right now. At Man City, he was lauded. Bruyne, Sterling. They all said if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be the players they was today. They've said that many a times. And he's brought in that camaraderie. Basically, he's done it. Got the T-shirt in the Premiership. He's proving the point. Three title wins with Man City. He's also won FA Cup with Arsenal, and he's taken Arsenal to the top of the league. Erik ten Hag's not done that yet, so he's not the better manager yet. So he's still got to be proven in me. Although, as I say, I will say again, I do think he's the right man for Man United. I feel he will get them back to where they belong.
Right then, Garth, before I start with you, I just want to mention something. I want to quickly do mine because you might have some extra info before you say what you need to say. My point is, Ten Hag's taken over a club, and the transformation, the amount of transformation Ten Hag has done, and the players that have been transformed, the amount of change that's happened is ridiculous. Arteta came in and he changed it over the time he's been, and he's got to the stage now, and he's done amazing. He's absolutely amazing. I don't want to kill him for that. I don't want to try and say that he has not done anything wrong. He's done absolutely amazing. But when I look at Ten Hag, Rashford come back, Shaw's back, take out Maguire, bought every buy that he's had been doing the job. Wan-Bissaka's back in. We're third. We would have never thought we'd be third. No one would have thought we would be back in the first year. We're like, give him a year to check. He's changed. We've beaten everybody. We've beaten City, Arsenal. We've beaten Arsenal, by the way, just to remind you. We've beaten Liverpool. We've beaten everybody with players. We're looking at him, we're going, how did we beat them with them? Like with McTominay in there, and he played so well. He brought a structure back. He's done so much in such a short space of time. I think anyone should agree that the body of work he's done since he's come in to now has been more than any other manager has done from since this season started to now. I do believe he's done a great job. They are top of the league. But listen, Ten Hag's done much more work. The body of work's been a lot in a short space of time. Garth, go
with a bigger budget.
Doesn't matter. He's still done the work.
With a bigger budget.
Yeah.
Of course it matters.
Yeah.
Of course it matters.
Yeah.
Of course
If he was picking Premier League manager of the year now, who would win?
Xhaka into a player.
Who would win it?
Not brought him back. Turned him into a player.
So let him get off their chest. Let it get off their chest. Listen,
it's obvious.
The mental gymnastics that you two are going through to act like Ten Hag's a better manager than Arteta is amazing to me, Alex and Nathan. It's amazing. Arteta's come in and done exactly what you're talking about Ten Hag doing at Arsenal, done it for them, won them an FA Cup, took them to the top of the league with less money, with a team in a bigger disarray, with no world stars in that squad whatsoever. Arteta has worked magic with Arsenal. And I don't understand how you can be like, oh, yeah, but over the short period of time. No, absolutely not. No, Arteta's worked. If Ten Hag can do what Arteta's done at Arsenal in 3 years, we should be absolutely amazed. It is ridiculous what he's done at that club. They had far more personnel problems in that team with the Aubameyangs, all of that nonsense. He dealt with that like an absolute G. As I said, he's won an FA Cup this season. He's won a trophy. Ten Hag hasn't. So there's that straight away. You know what I mean? I know Ten Hag hasn't had the opportunity to yet, but still, first season.
Exactly.
That's my point.
Cleared out the squad.
Casemiro's stuff, his history. Then what does that? How is that the same?
All right, we'll take the trophy away then. It's still. We'll just go on form. We'll just go on form then. They've lost one game all season. One game all season. So obviously, Arteta's a better manager. He's top of the league. He's broken the. What does then, Nathan? Give me the criteria. If winning games doesn't make you a better manager, tell me what criteria does, mate.
Okay, so taking the team that was where they were last year, where did we finish last season? Where did we finish?
Yeah, but Arsenal finished 2 years in a row down the top of the league.
Where did we finish last year?
Fourth, was it? Third, fifth. Europa League, yeah, fifth. No, we weren't eighth, were we? I can't remember, mate. It's so long ago.
Well, we were such a bad side last season.
There you go.
We were such a bad side last season. And my point is, when we come in this year, you guys were ready and set to go where you're going, right? You've got your players.
What about the year before?
The
year before that.
You've got everything together over the years, right? You haven't won the league yet. You just won the FA Cup, okay? You haven't won it yet.
No, but
so to say you are top of the league, but it doesn't mean you're the best manager because you're top of the league.
Okay, now
what
you need to take into account. No, but
sorry, Keith, just one quick. This is his first job. Ten Hag's been managing all over Europe. This is Arteta's first ever job.
He's won stuff as well.
I wasn't even thinking about that. But look how far. You were not being ridiculed and be called Banter FC week in, week out. Look how far we've come from. Like Gar said, we had to get rid of Ozil, Aubameyang, and still have that sort of backing to get rid of them as well. Like what we've had to do more than what you had to do. I'm not taking away from what you had to do, but you've been in a position where you've been around here. We've been in a position where we've been over here. We dropped it over here. You've not ever dropped it over here. We had to come up all this way.
No, what I'm saying, you're right. I understand about the years that since he's come and what he's done. I understand that. But I'm talking about what he's done from this season to now. Like the transformation. We were behind you by miles.
Yeah. Okay. So where did you put us at the start of the season?
Yeah. Would you say we'd be top?
You lot, last season, you lot were winning games for fun, remember? You lot was on a mad run. You had a great side, and you've added to that by adding Jesus to that, and you've obviously got better again. So you guys were equipped to be up there. We weren't. Yeah. We weren't even.
We never had a great side last year.
No, you started the season with a second season of Jadon Sancho. So your first season was over and done with. Is his third?
Is it not his third? Is it his third?
It's his second. Varane's second as well. Yeah. Varane, another season where he should have time to get in. You had Cristiano after a season that he had last season. No one knew that he was going to fall off a cliff. So you were in a better position. We weren't even meant to be in this conversation. The dark horses were meant to be Tottenham, and Man United were meant to be in and amongst it. Right now, we're at the top of that. We've completely smashed that out the window, and we're top.
Yeah. Well, I don't see any argument for Ten Hag.
The reason why you guys couldn't spend money is because of that stadium that you built. That was one of the biggest reasons why.
Yeah, but that still proves they had no money.
That's not Erik Ten Hag's fault that he's inherited this Frankenstein side of a squad that had issues before.
No, but he did spend 90 million on 86.59 million on Anthony.
But I personally think Arsenal were in a worse state than when Arteta took over, when Ten Hag took over. Man United. Yeah. I thought Man United had some quality players. They're still there, and even on their bench, they had some quality players when Ten Hag took over. He's in his first season. We're halfway through the season. He's finding his way. He's working out. He's finding what best. He's bringing his own players in, just like Arteta's done. But Arteta's there. He's done it. He's proving the point now from the first game of the season right up until the game against Tottenham. There's been no drop. Even the game we got beat by Manchester United, we played well. I was happy the way we played. We got beat, but I was happy.
Both managers are amazing, and Arteta done a great job. You know what? You guys have got points to everything that's been said there. All the points you're saying, I'm taking it in, and I agree with you as well. I do, and I still just think that both things that I've said and you've said, they both were great points, and you just got to go with who you want to go with there. I think. You look at
it. Seriously, though, I'll come back to this stage. Arsenal have dropped 7 points all season. That's it. 7 points all season. Under Mikel Arteta's stewardship. Like, they've lost one game. They're flying high, man. I just don't see how you put anyone above Arteta. Any manager at the moment. Not just Ten Hag, man. So...
Yeah, I get your point. I get it. But it's the same when Klopp was winning all the time. And he had that same starting 11 playing every week and just winning every game. And then City won it. Like,
Take the L on this one, mate. Just take
I
the
love
L
it.
on it.
I love it. This is why he's a professional footballer, because he didn't. There's no losing. There's no losing until I won. We don't stop until I win.
Arteta wins that. Arteta gets it, yeah. Arteta gets it.
Right, that.
So
Yeah.
it finishes up.
I still think, though. I must say again, though. I do think he's the right man for Man United. I think you'll get there. I think you get you there in the end.
Yeah.
No, definitely the right man.
Ramsdale gets in goal. Wan-Bissaka right back. Varane,
Joke.
Gabriel,
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, exactly, Steve. Gabriel with this, ridiculous, mate.
That's a joke. What?
If you was Arsenal fans and watched Arsenal,
I nearly laid the egg here, mate.
You'll be
What the hell?
going, oh, Gabriel instead of Martinez every day of the week. Oh, 100%.
Hold up, did Partey get in over Casemiro? Oh no, because Casemiro worked that way.
There he goes. He's still on that Casemiro hill.
Yeah, I just remembered.
Partey was never going to get in,
Honestly,
was he? Do you know what I mean? I knew when I
thought
come
we
on
put
tonight, Partey was
Tommy
never
there,
going to
Martin Odegaard.
Rashford, Nketiah, and the manager is Arteta. If everybody heard that, sorry, mate. Sorry, guys.
We apologise.
Have you got more Man United players in than Arsenal players?
I don't even
top of the
remember.
league.
I can't hear myself thinking.
It is what Arsenal players. It is what Arsenal players.
More Arsenal players.
There is,
as it would be, I think.
Ramsdale won, and then we sweep the back four. No, we got three of the four in it, so that's 3-2. Then it's Partey and Eriksen, so it's 4-3.
No, that was.
Then
Yeah.
Saka is 4-4. Odegaard is 5-4 to you guys. Then Rashford is 5-all, and then Nketiah
6-5.
Yeah,
but Partey should be out and Casemiro should be in there, so it should be 6-5 to United.
Never.
Exactly.
Never. You should just be smart and stuck Martinelli on the left wing and stuck Rashford up front. Everyone would be happy about that, but no. It's to be a smart
I would have done that.
No, they've got to be in their positions. There've got to be some rules to life. Otherwise, it's just a free-for-all, mate. Carnage, you know.
But anyway, look, it's a good side. It's a good side. We'll see what happens on the day. And I hope we get the win just like we did last time. It's got to be even tougher, though. We are away. And,
well, let's hope no one fouls Eriksen in the centre of the park again. You know what I mean? Disgusting, vicious challenges.
You can't say anything genuine. Everything is smeared, tarnished.
I'm sitting here bigging your players up, bigging your players up.
And it's just so genuine. He's Man United. We beat you last time, like we smashed you. But I mean, that's just the way things go. Hey guys.
It doesn't have a good track record against Rashford, though. Just putting that out there.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll
see. I'm gonna nosedive into that group one Sunday evening.
Like last time. Okay.
Head first. I'm gonna kick through the door when the final whistle goes this time, though.
Let's see what happens.
Kool-Aid man, just busting through the wall.
Never go in there. Never go into any groups before the final whistle. That
was so funny.
That's a golden rule.
It was
laughing.
A bit of fun.
And next minute, bang, 3-1. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're about. So anyway, that's all we got time for, boys. It's been 1 hour and a half of pure debate. Thank you all for coming on the show. And we have we've actually done it now, haven't we? So we will be back on tomorrow. We will be talking. Wait a minute. The game's on Sunday. We'll be on Saturday for the pre-match with me and Garth at some point. We will post it on there for you. But thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks a lot for commenting, my son, who came on and updating us with the Tottenham score, which is now Man City 3, Tottenham 2.
No, come on.
They come on like a sieve, that team. That's rubbish.
Oh, my goodness me.
Give them a 2-0 head start, they still can't win. It's mad.
Yeah, I think what we do need to do is listen to expressions oozing at the end of the game because he right off. So, yeah. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Stay safe and see you guys next time.
Laters.